Hi guys, and welcome to your weekly horoscope. I wanted to have the tower in the back today because I'm filming this on the 31st of December 2023. So happy New Year's to you guys. I'm big on symbols. So the tower in the tarot, it represents things coming undone and the ability to let go of the past so that you can build new structures in the new year here in this case. So I think that's very fitting. So welcome to this weekly horoscope for Monday the 1st of January going through until Sunday the 7th of January 2024. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each day of the week to see how the planets interact, what energy they create amongst themselves. And the thinking behind these horoscopes then is by getting an idea of what the planets are doing and what energy they create, you can tap into some of the good things easily and avoid some of the potential obstacles. So I'll go through each day here. And then at the end, I'll go through each sign of the zodiac, so from Aries to Pisces, and I'm going to look at how this energy kind of shows up in particular areas of your life for each sign. So when I was writing this horoscope, I noticed that there's the potential for motivation here in this first week of the new year. Your organizational skills are on point, and expect some surprises and some good news when it comes to your relationship. So if you're single and you've been looking for a new relationship this first week of the new year, you really hit the ground running in that area of your life, particularly around the weekend. Okay, so let's have a look then. Monday the 1st of January, more good news because we have Mercury, the communication planet, that goes direct. So Mercury, when it's in retrograde, it can cause issues in the areas of communication and transportation in your life. So with this going direct on the first day of the new year, expect those issues to ease off naturally. But I also think, again, in terms of symbols, it's very symbolic that the communication planet goes direct, and it bodes really well for this first week and also for 2024 because things are moving forward again. Things aren't as complicated. You don't feel like, oh, I really need to pay attention here in order to understand everything. Life becomes less complex and more straightforward. So on Monday, the 1st of January as well, we have the moon in Virgo. The moon is the way you feel. Virgo is an earth sign that's about assessing the situation and coming up with meaning for yourself, and it's ruled by Mercury. So that really benefits your sense of, I understand what's going on around me, I'm able to create meaning here, I'm on top of things. That really returns with a vengeance. So you really feel like I'm able to manage a lot of things at the same time. The Virgo moon then trines the sun in Capricorn. So if the moon is your feeling, your heart, then the sun is your head. It's your conscious identity. And in the earth sign Capricorn, it's in the sign of the worker. And again, we've got more earth here. So what makes sense? What do I need to adapt and change? And what can I work on in order to create the result that I want? That sense is really here on Monday. And not only that, the Virgo moon then also trines Uranus, the planet of the miraculous and unexpected. And that's in another earth sign. It's in Taurus. It's a fixed earth sign. So what are the changes that are occurring beyond my control? How can I look at those, make sense of them? And then what in my own right, what actions can I take in response to those things? So you really start this new year by paying attention, feeling like you are really on top of your circumstances, and anything that comes your way, even if it is unexpected, you'll be able to understand very quickly what needs to be done as such. The Virgo moon also quincunxes Chiron in Aries. Chiron is the wounded healer, and in Aries, it's like, what can I do to make things better for myself? Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and creativity, that's in Sagittarius. So she likes to go on adventures, she's motivated, and she's good at setting goals. And that then squares Saturn in Pisces. And Saturn in Pisces has a strong presence all week. And it's that sense of, I'm naturally supported. When I listen to my intuition, the higher realms are on my side. And it's good and safe and proper for me to listen to my inner guidance and to take action based on the messages I receive there. So I mentioned that communication becomes a lot easier. It's a good time to put the final touches on future plans and to get things organized for yourself and in terms of your calendar and the external environment. There is also the tendency to daydream, so allow for other ideas to come in while you're taking all this organizational action. It will support you and it will make the whole process even more complete, as in you're not missing any of the details internally and externally. On Tuesday, the 2nd of January, we've got the Virgo moon opposing Neptune in Pisces. So I am about creating meaning as it relates to my practical circumstances, and at the same time, I am able to tap into my intuition and be guided by the higher realms, but really the focus is much more about action in the here and now, in the physical world and the environment. The Virgo moon then squares Mercury in Sagittarius and Mars in Sagittarius, and it trines Pluto in Capricorn. So I want change to happen. I really, now on the second day of the new year, I want to effect change, and I want to alter things so that they feel more inspirational, that I have a greater sense of freedom in my life, and I want to use all my power and energy to make that happen. So you're really rolling up your sleeves and saying what work needs to be done. I'm willing to do it, and not only am I willing, but I'm very, very able. So on Tuesday, now implementing the plans and ideas that have occurred to you over the last 2-3 weeks, that's going to work very well. The dream state is still there to some extent, but it's replaced pretty much by this sense of motivation and with a focus on progress and moving into the new year in earnest. On Wednesday, the 3rd of January, the moon now goes into Libra at 1:47 in the morning. So the moon being your feeling, Libra, I love the glyph of Libra because it's like a bridge with a bump in it, and it's all about connection. So connection to other people, connection to the higher realms, connection to your life, your feeling, your intellect, anything at all. It kind of brings everything together, and it's ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty and creativity. So on Wednesday here, if I want to create new connections with people, if I want to start a new relationship, or if I want to connect with my creativity and express something beautifully, you're able to do all of those things, and you naturally feel that you're a part of something rather than an island on your own. So that feeling in itself is very helpful because you see the bigger picture and your role in it. The moon in Libra then opposes Chiron in Aries, so it's not just about me and what I can do, but it's about my relationships as well. It squares the sun in Capricorn, it sextiles Venus in Sagittarius, and it quincunxes Saturn in Pisces and Jupiter in Taurus. So we've got a lot happening here. So I want to work on my relationships. I also want to focus on my relationship with the world and how I can make that more exciting and kind of exuberant and joyful. I still have this sense of spiritual guidance and support. And if I act on that, then in my gut, I know that good things are going to happen as a result. So this kind of optimism and assumption that things are going to work out well is really priceless, and it's so helpful, especially if you're trying to manifest things. This sense that, of course, things are going to go well. You can't really purchase that. You either have it or you don't, and here on Wednesday you do have it. So anything that you want to connect with that you feel is going to enrich your experience and enrich your life, whether it is relationships or finding new ways of working or visiting different places, all of that is really there. So please expand and make your life bigger. Venus in Sagittarius then quincunxes Jupiter in Taurus. So simply by listening to my gut and by being motivated towards certain areas, if I take practical action, again, the assumption is there that good things are going to stem from that and are going to happen as a result. So on Wednesday, you're shifting gears and you're gathering even more momentum. So one, you're able to manage things that come your way, particularly via your relationships, whether those are personal relationships or work-related relationships, but anything that comes your way via the external environment or your inner world, things have really sped up as far as your ability to manage things and to do several things at once are concerned here on Wednesday. So it's kind of like the Two of Pentacles in the Tarot, where we've got this person juggling things eternally. So you're on top of what needs to be done. But the real opportunity on Wednesday is that you're also able to realize your own plans and to start building those in earnest on top of managing everything that already exists. Moving on to Thursday, the 4th of January, we've got the Libra moon now opposing Chiron in Aries again. It sextiles Mercury in Sagittarius, quincunxes Uranus in Taurus and Neptune in Pisces, and then Mars, the planet of masculinity, drive, and ambition, that goes into Capricorn. So we're focused on what can I do to connect in general? How can I make my relationships more passionate, exciting? How can I make them work for me? And what new relationships are on the horizon that I can explore and bring into my life? I have this great sense of I want to move things forward. I'm not censoring myself. I'm confident and empowered with things that I want to create and also things that may come my way that are unexpected. The inner guidance supports me. But with all of these different energies on Thursday, whereas on Wednesday you found it easy to operate on different levels and to multitask, on Thursday there's the potential to become distracted. So, if you've been sitting at the computer for 3 hours, then just zoom out of that a little bit and become self-aware and say, are there other things that I wanted to do? Has this kind of taken up too much of my time? So on Thursday, you can still multitask, but there is the possibility to kind of lose yourself in one thing and to neglect the others. So on Thursday, it's a good idea to be disciplined and thoughtful about what you spend your time on. Keep things simple. Steady wins the race on Thursday. And if you can avoid multitasking, please do. It's the one day of the week where there is a little bit of a warning or the potential to kind of lose yourself in something. It's best to do one thing after the other. On Friday, things really change because we have the moon going into Scorpio at 1:39 in the afternoon. And that means that you take a deep dive as far as your emotions are concerned, and you're very interested in getting to the root cause of anything. So there's absolutely no kind of potential to become distracted on Friday and your feelings take center stage. The Libra moon squares Pluto in Capricorn. So I want to change my life, my circumstances through these new connections that I create on Friday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday start to look even better when it comes to new relationships and existing relationships in your life. The Scorpio moon then opposes Jupiter in Taurus. It trines Saturn in Pisces and it sextiles Mars in Capricorn. So I know what I feel. I know what's going to kind of give me a significant emotional response. I know what I need to do in order to bring more of that into my life. I feel supported and guided by the higher realm. So as far as direction is concerned, or if I need a compass to kind of navigate my life, I'm able to listen to my feelings, and I have no doubt about that. So again, you're really kind of self-contained and you're willing. So self-contained, what I mean is you don't need anything from other people. You have everything that you need. And with that, you're then able to say, okay, I have everything that is required. What connections do I want to make? Not because there's a sense of lack, I require something, but because I'm totally content and satisfied within myself, I'm now able to expand, and I'm now able to open myself up to new people and new ways of working and operating. So it's really this sense of flourishing and blossoming and ripening, like a flower opening up, basically. So by listening to your feelings, again, good things are likely to happen. You have that sense of spiritual support and guidance and confidence. And Mars in Capricorn, I'm willing to do the work. And I'm willing to go out there and to find what it is I'm looking for, or to say hello, or whatever it may be. So on Friday, the potential for a new person to appear in your life is really there. And you'll recognize that because you're going to have an instant emotional reaction. So either, wow, the sparks are flying, or this seems familiar, or however that reaction kind of translates for you. So if you've been doing manifestation work, if you've been trying to create a new circumstance, Friday the 5th of January looks amazing for that. You'll also be able to tackle big issues that are on your to-do list. So again, it's that Two of Pentacles vibe where you can manage what needs to be managed in your life, but you can expand into other new areas. And Friday really is, I would say, the most productive day of the week. if you can save super complicated projects for this day, for Friday the 5th, then please do that, because things are going to be resolved surprisingly in a surprisingly easy way. So even if something seems super complicated and it's like, oh, this is going to take, days or even weeks to resolve, on Friday you may have this strange experience that it's like, oh, that only took like 10 minutes and it's done. I planned this to be part of my future here, and poof, it's gone. And that then frees you up to really explore new things and to make these new connections. So Friday is a really positive, miraculous kind of day. On Saturday, the 6th of January, we have the Scorpio moon opposing Uranus and Taurus. So I want to affect change only if it resonates with me on an emotional level, if it has something to do with my truth, my sense of what is important in my life. It sextiles the sun in Capricorn, so I'm willing again to do the work to manifest the things that I want to create. And it quincunxes Chiron in Aries, so I have my own back, I've got my own corner. I am doing all of this work because I'm going to benefit from it. So the payoff, the motivation is a no-brainer. It's like I'm doing this because it's going to be good for me and my life and my experience. The Capricorn sun squares Chiron in Aries, so that's very similar. If I take action and if I do the legwork and if I do the heavy lifting, then good things are going to come out of that as a result. So on Saturday, if you have a lot of work to do, again, devote yourself to that first and foremost. Similarly to Friday, you're going to be very productive and you'll get things out of the way very quickly. If there's anything that needs to be done in terms of organization, again, focus on that and really get the calendar sorted out, or the new way of exercising, or the diet, or the new job, or applying for new kind of positions. Anything that involves something that's unfamiliar and new that you're pursuing based on your feelings, if there's any kind of structuring or organization to do around that, you'll be able to do it on Saturday. So you can save yourself a lot of time here on Saturday by keeping an eye on the detail and making sure everything is clearly structured. But even before Saturday, through the entire week, you can really make life easy for yourself by keeping notes on things and kind of keeping a record of what you're doing, because you can tie everything up on Friday, Saturday, so that you have this sense of not only am I on top of things, but I've made a very clear plan for the future here. On Friday, Saturday, you really are able to create a sense of, and this isn't going to appeal to everybody, but if you feel somewhat soothed by having a clear plan and notion of what you're doing during the day and what comes next and what needs to be done, this is a time to really put all of those things in place. Like if you're studying, one of the study tools that I was always told about is like making a mind map. And like looking at, this is the core thing of what I need to study, and these are the first few things. Some people respond to those kind of mind maps and say, why don't I just get on with studying rather than wasting my time on creating a mind map? Other people say, I need this mind map in order to study effectively. So particularly if you're someone who benefits from that kind of structure and having like a scaffold around things that you're about to do, Friday, Saturday are amazing for that. So anything that needs sorting out, anything that needs kind of outlining so you get an overall sense of what needs to be done, steps A, B, C, D, E, whatever. It's really good on Saturday to get that sorted. Sunday, the 7th of January, we've got the Scorpio moon forming a trine with Neptune in Pisces. So again, the higher realms are really kind of, the muses are whispering into your ear, and it sextiles Pluto in Capricorn. So that's an amazing kind of extra presence that you've got going on, where it's like, I'm taking these actions. Do they still feel right? Are they going to benefit me today and in future? So if you're creating new relationships, or if you're working on something totally new and it's uncertain, all you need to do here on Sunday is check in with your feeling, your inner kind of guidance system, and it's going to give you a yes or no answer. It's very kind of matter of fact, very black and white, and very on point. So again, the question and the dynamic I'm talking about is structure versus what is unexplored and what is unstructured. And you can kind of exist on the border between those two and make the most of, I'm exploring new things and that's enjoyable. And at the same time, I'm able to immediately kind of get a sense of what this means or what this is about while I'm exploring the new. So you're not just traipsing off into, the fog, so to speak. The moon enters Sagittarius at 8 minutes past 10 in the evening. So even greater fire coming into your kind of energetic field. I want to explore. I want to be an adventurer. I don't care so much about security. I want to explore new things. The Sagittarius moon then squares Saturn in Pisces and it quincunxes Jupiter in Taurus, which is amazing because I am someone who goes on a mission and explores. I feel spiritually supported even in unfamiliar territory. And as long as I go into unfamiliar territory, any wonderful thing can happen. So the real benefit of the week is this innate sense of course I'm going to experience good luck because I'm doing new things and the world is going to surprise me with gifts and presents, which isn't always the case. So really bank on that inner sense of anything is possible and the world supports me and loves me and wants me to thrive and succeed, and really then take action based on that feeling. It's not going to take you down the wrong path. So on Sunday, you continue to be motivated and you're raring to go. Use this to create structures in your existing routine or your schedule and use the extra energy to explore, particularly in a practical sense. So I'm going to the new location. I'm talking to the new person. So it's a good day for a trip. And again, there's the opportunity to meet a new and important person in your life. And the new important person can be significant in your romantic relationships, but also it can be a new person that opens doors as far as your career is concerned or the options you've got when it comes to your work. Okay, so that's what I get for the week. Let's have a look at each sign of the zodiac here. Okay, so Aries, you can really implement the ideas that you've been kind of contemplating and considering for the last few weeks as they relate to your career and your vocation in this first week. So take the momentum and take the speed and the practicality to say, okay, I've had these ideas, it's now time to actually make them real. The only thing to watch out for you guys, Aries, because we do have so much fire in the chart, you may be a little impatient with other people if they aren't able to keep up with you, if they aren't able to kind of match your speed. So just take a breath and kind of allow others to catch up with you. Taurus, if you're looking for employment, particularly with corporations, companies, or if you're looking to join any group, and that could be like a weekly meditation group or some spiritual community. If you're saying, I want to connect with a greater group of people, this is an amazing week for you. So if you want to apply for jobs, or if you want to get your foot in the door in any kind of organizational group that exists outside of you, have the initial conversation this week. Try and schedule it in. It's going to go really well. Gemini, if you're single and looking for love, make sure you're out and about and you also kind of join group functions. It's very likely that you specifically, out of all of the signs, find who it is you're looking for. And I feel mainly for you guys, Gemini, it's about finding the romantic partner. If it's like, I need to find, the person in business who can kind of connect me with some sort of company or whatever, that's possible too, but the main focus is on romantic relationships. Cancer, you'll find it easiest out of all of the signs to get your schedule organized and to create positive new relationships. And you operate really on this dual level where whatever you're looking for this week, pursue it with confidence. You're not going to be disappointed. So you can work in a really formal sense of, I need to organize and structure and kind of keep the plates spinning. But I also want to create the new and bring kind of new opportunities via other people into my life, personal and organizational. It's really whatever it is you need to create more structure, you're able to find and bring in. Leo, Focus on work for the first 5 days of the week, or first 4 days of the week. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, switch gears and really focus on your romantic relationships, focus on love, what you want to create in that area of your life. You're really the luckiest out of all of the signs when it comes to love and romance. Virgo, you're able to make meaningful connections and really benefit from the moon being in Libra specifically. And you're able to make those connections in what you love to do for work. And you're able to create a new meaningful relationship with a potential soulmate. So a serious long-term relationship that, it doesn't show up all the time, does it? The soulmate, for that to show up, it can be weeks or months or years, and then suddenly out of the blue, the person just shows up. And for you guys, Virgo, this is really the week that if you have been kind of contemplating, what do I want to experience in my love life? What do I want to build in future with another person? This is really your week to get that going. It kind of makes sense for you guys, Virgo, because it is about organization and structure. And the new year for Virgo is going to be very significant just because of the calendar. That's going to appeal to you guys. So Mercury, your ruler, is direct. Okay, I'm entering this new phase of my life. What do I want to build in my love life? Let's do it. So if you're a single Virgo, similarly to Gemini, and you're looking, really go out and explore and see what you can create. It's very likely to pay off. Libra, an amazing week for you to do any work in the public arena. So broadcasting, advertising, marketing, the public sphere in general. You're also able to make exceptional progress on areas of interest that you made plans around in the last 2 weeks of 2023. So the implementation of ideas, but mainly about going public. And Libra, for you to make those connections with groups of people and to voice your truth, your plans, your ideas, your identity. Think of yourself as the radio host, the podcast host. Scorpio, focus on your plans to create additional or a new source of income, and use your ability to connect with others in a working sense to naturally pick the right people and to find ways to build that new source of income. So Scorpio, if you're if you've been thinking about, what am I going to do with my money and my work moving into the new year, the first week here is amazing for you to get that sorted out or to get it started. Sagittarius. So during this first week here, you're going to enjoy a wonderful new sense of energy and drive and motivation, and the ability to focus kind of comes back. So what are your desires that you want to manifest? Get really clear on that. If you felt like you've been hibernating recently, you begin this new year with a renewed and emerging sense of drive and energy, and it's best to channel that into practical concerns, to get those sorted out, to get those organized, and then on top of it to manifest other desires. So as you can kind of tell, a lot of the signs here are able to multitask in more than one area. So it's a really wonderful week where things can really open up and expand. Capricorn, ride this wave of enthusiasm and motivation that's coming in during the first week of January, and work towards realizing your hopes and dreams in whatever area of life they're in. So just devote yourself to whatever feels most important and significant right now in this first week. Aquarius, take your time to ease into the new year. Let the motivation build slowly, and do that by focusing on one thing at a time. What is it that I desire? What is it that makes me feel alive? And let this sense of drive and kind of inner fire grow steadily as the week progresses. Don't force yourself into something. Just take the time to kind of I'm easing my way in here and I'm naturally becoming more motivated and things are speeding up naturally. It's about kind of just aligning yourself with that rather than forcing anything. Pisces, do as much as you possibly can in the areas of work and realizing your own hopes and dreams, especially those related to career and vocation. You can make that a reality. So if you're a Pisces who wants to change your job or start a new job or start your own business, whatever it may be, this is the week to really hit the ground running and to get going. Okay, so that's what I get for you here in the first week of 2024. I hope you have a wonderful start to the new year. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to audio reading with me. And to draw up your astrology chart, so your natal chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then please order a chart rectification with me. That's a process where you send me 10 or more life events and I manually work out your time of birth, which is really important because the chart changes every 4 minutes. It's a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. So the more accurate the time, the more accurate your chart. And once I have that, it really tells me a great deal about who you are and what your strengths are, what your life purpose is, your identity, what's naturally supported when it comes to work, communication, family life, romance, daily routine, travel, education, vocation, hopes and dreams, spiritual development, anything at all really. And I look at the progress chart to see how you've changed over time. I look at the transits to see what the trends are for you moving ahead over the next few months and years. And I also look at the astrocartography as it relates to how specific locations on planet Earth are going to influence you specifically. So if you're interested in any of those things, please do get in touch with me for a personal reading. Please subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That helps the video. Also, I do a daily tarot reading on the channel. So if you want to watch those, please become a member of the channel and share the video online as well so that other people get to watch it. Anything else I need to tell you? No, not really. I hope you have a wonderful start to this new year. I hope you have a fabulous week. Oh, yes, and I do also do videos on the new moon and the full moon. So we recently had a full moon in Cancer, check that out. And I do a monthly horoscope for each sign of the zodiac. So the one for January is up. So if you want an overview for your sign for the month of January, then check those out. Have a great time and I'll speak to you soon. All the best.